Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show we are going to have Tom. Tom is from Slovakia but he lives in Brighton in the UK. So let's see what Tom has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Tom, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
It's alright, I almost forgot.
Should I call you Thomas or Tom?
Oh, you can call me Tom, that's fine.
Tom? Sure. Okay, Tom,
Shall I call you William or...
Yes, William is perfect.
Pardon?
William is perfect.
Perfect, I just put the sound on a little bit. It should be better now.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
So Tom, tell me, where are you from?
I'm coming from Slovakia.
Slovakia, wow. Actually, you are my second guest from Slovakia. I had a lovely girl from Slovakia in the past.
Well, I guess you had lots of guests so far, so...
Yeah, 600, over 600 for so far.
Well done you.
Thank you. And so do you live in, I believe you live in England?
Yes, I live in Brighton.
And why Brighton?
Brighton is by the sea, so it's quite nice in the summer. You've got beautiful views, you've got beach. You can run in the morning. It's quite it's quite nice, and we don't have this like fuss of London. So here it's nice, chilled and relaxed.
And how long have you been living in Brighton for, or in the UK?
5 years.
5 years. Oh wow! And before you're back in Slovakia before.
I used to live in the UK, then I worked on ships for a while, then I lived in Brighton again, and I worked on the ships again, and now I'm back these last 5 years.
Amazing. And what do you do for a living, Tom?
I work for a credit card company.
And also I believe that you are a chef as well, because I was checking your profile. There are so many pictures over there.
Pandemics happened, so I started baking a little bit. So I started like a hobby baking. I did a lot of like mostly like a dough and like a bready stuff, like pretzels, all this stuff. I'm not much into like decorating those like fancy pink and blue and green cake. Like I do mostly the tasty stuff.
I see. And so tell me a little bit about your job.
You mean at my work?
Yeah.
I'm telling people that they can spend more. That's enough.
I see. And how did you start your passion about baking?
I think it started like a long time ago, because sometimes when I wanted I think it started with carrot cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York and I just loved them. So when I came back to Slovakia, I wanted to make them. I followed up some recipes on YouTube and then I made my own. It was almost like, it was more than 10 years ago. And recently during pandemics, I started coming up with recipes and, like doing gingerbread and other things as well.
I see. It's amazing. I was checking your profile and I was like, oh my goodness, it's amazing what you're doing. I think it's, I can see the passion through the pictures,
Yeah, it's a passion for the pictures. Like some recipes, they ended up in the bin, but it happens sometimes.
And which part of Slovakia you come from?
I'm from eastern part of Slovakia, so we are almost by Ukrainian border, maybe 1 hour from there.
I see. All right. So through the game, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life, about your journeys, about your adventures. Before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, tell me something interesting about yourself. You said a lot already, but there is anything interesting you could share?
I like roller skating. I have those like quads, and I go to the seafront, and I like skating a lot. But when I wasn't working from home, I finished at 4 o'clock, and I had my skates on, and I was on the beach. But now, if I go to the office, and by the time I come back, and by the time I change, I'm like, I'm not doing it. So I will need to get back into that spirit, and try to skate a little bit more.
I think you're in the right place, because Brighton, I believe you can do that a lot in Brighton, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah. And I like also snowboarding, but like Brighton is not the place.
Right. Okay, Tom, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yeah, let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Full of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question, okay?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Tom, so before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? It's all very friendly. First question for you is, what makes you most uncomfortable about dating?
Like if there is some kind of pressure from the other side, like if people have like too much expectations, maybe I'm doing it sometimes as well, but like you need to like kind of be clear what's happening over there and what's going on.
I see. And do you like go on dates? Do you do very often, or it depends? No?
I don't do it very often, I'm sorry.
It's too much pressure.
It's too much pressure. I prefer skating, you just jump on your skates and, you can go wherever you like.
Very good, very good. Next question, Thomas, let's do it. Next question for you is, would you ever get a tattoo, and what that would be?
Well, I have one tattoo, and it's a funny story because I was working on the ship and we docked in Cancun, and we docked there only because there was hurricane and I was drinking the night before, and they say like never get a tattoo when you're drunk the night before, but it did happen, and it's like a heart and rose. I was I was in the studio with my friend like week before, and she like a massive beautiful tattoo on her back, she was so brave, but I couldn't do anything bigger. That's it.
And what is your tattoo?
It's a heart and rose.
Oh,
It's a rose crossing for the heart.
I see. And you're saying that you work in a cruise ship. It was like around the world, or was just like a short, how do you say, route?
It was like 7 or 12 days cruises, but I did lots of places in the world. So I didn't do like world cruise, but I've been in Australia, in South America,
Wow.
in Bahamas, North America, in Europe, Norway, Iceland, lots of beautiful places.
And you did different companies, or just one company working for?
Different companies.
I
I
see.
had like very nice job on the ship, so it was really beautiful.
What you were doing there on the ship?
So I was there twice. The first time, our first company I was working with, it was a gift shop. Over there, I did like lots of promotions, and I was selling jewelry and diamonds and fine watches.
Wow.
And the second company that I was working with, there was a live art auction, so we were selling paintings on the ship.
Oh my God, amazing, amazing. And how many contracts did you did for your career in the cruise ship?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5.
5 contracts. I did for your.
Long. They were like 10 months. Like 2 were extremely long.
It's a lot, yeah. I did one contract, and I was working for Disney World, for Disney Cruise Line. Yeah.
What did you do for Disney?
And I was working as a server, assistant server for, was a 3.5 months, 4 months contract. And I'm so glad I did. My goodness, was like a life experience. But we were doing like we were doing 4 and 3 days. So we were leaving Port Canaveral, Nassau in Bahamas. The third day was sea day, and the last day was Oh my God, what the name of? It's a Disney. It's a private island Disney. Caçoequi. And the other one was three. Toca back to Porto Canaveral, and the other one was 3 days again without sea days. So was just Nassau, Caçoequi, and back to Florida.
You know, we were meeting Disney in Nassau, so I was talking in Nassau as well. But
Yeah.
you know, like my best sports, like best experiences was like 3 nights of a time in Buenos Aires.
Wow.
So that was really fantastic. Oh, we had overnight in Istanbul. That was fantastic. We had once overnight in Lisbon, but nobody remembers the night. So yeah, I guess that was quite good as well.
Amazing. I think working a ship is always, you learn a lot, and you go different places and you meet amazing people. And I'm so glad I did. It was a life experience that I will always remember. It was a good experience.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Next question. Let's do it. Tom, before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about your job? And of course, there's always a challenging part. What that would be?
Gossiping.
That's the most.
Yeah, we don't go to work really to do the job. Like, you know, like, it's hard to say because I don't want to talk much about my company, but we basically take care of our customers and their needs and to see what they're doing and trying to help them. But it's really hard because, you know, like last 2 years there was pandemics. I used to work in a beautiful department that was booking holiday before, but I was moved to the like credit department that is a little bit, you know, like less shiny, but you know, it's very important and crucial that we deliver what people need. So
I see. All right. Next question for you is, how would your best friend describe yourself?
like very random.
Tell me a little bit more.
Like a
Random,
very
which way?
very random person. It's a horrible thing because like when my friends meet together and when they meet my mom, for example, they just start saying like how horrible I am and like what horrible things they've done. And I just disappear, you know, like here's a bottle of wine, and you're like, I'll be next room.
And your best friends, they live as well in Brighton.
Best friends they live in Slovakia, I would say. Like here in Brighton, it's a little bit different. Like you have friends in here. We do have friends, but it's you know, adult friends is something different. You know, it's very difficult to make those friends really.
Absolutely. And how often do you go to Slovakia?
3-4 times per year.
Oh, it's quite good.
It is, yeah. I was working for 2 months last year from Slovakia, and it was fantastic because what I did, I took Thursday and Friday off for like 7 weeks. So I worked on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was like ideal work, you know, like 3 days, and then you have time off, and you can do whatever. We do lots of hiking. We have lakes, so we go for skiing. There's a lot of nice stuff to do in the summer.
What do you see yourself living in the UK for a long period, or you kind of think sometime go back to Slovakia?
I would say I would prefer living in the UK. It's the climate here is a little bit better. Like it's too windy. Like it's really too windy. Like my family just left from here, and it's like it's so windy, and it's not warm, you know, but it's alright for work and you know like for everyday life.
I see. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Tom from Slovakia. Next question for you is, what bad habits do you wish you could stop?
Being lazy, definitely.
How come?
Like it's hard to explain. Like if I wake up, I'm really quick. Like you know, I wake up sometimes 6-7. If I wake up 6-7, the flat is cleaned by 8. But if I don't clean it by the time, and like if I sleep longer or something, then like you know, I'm saying like always like, oh, I can do this later. I can do this later. I can do this tomorrow. I was like, there's still 2 hours to do it, and like, so that would be something I would really like to push myself a little bit more.
Do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Morning person.
Always been?
Morning person. Like my friends, when they travel with me, they hate it because I wake up like 5, 6 in the morning, and I just open the door, I sneak out, and I see everything by the time they wake up. So yeah, very much morning person.
Very good. I'm the same as well. When I go on vacation, holidays, it's the same thing as well. I love to wake up and see, you know what I mean, the most I can, and I love going to bed like very tired. And holidays for that, for you to explore the most you can, and I come back from my holidays feeling even more tired when I left.
I agree on that. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. You know, like coming so tired that I need another holiday.
Absolutely. Next question. Next question for you is, what motivates you the most in life?
Like what motivates me the most is like kind of creativity, like to put together something that other people will like. Or for example, the other people, it can be motivational for them. I do a lot of like projects at work that I basically just show people how to do things, and I show them how to make them simple, how to make them quicker, you know, how to make their life much easier, and then to help them grow in some different spheres. So yeah, I would say that's the thing.
And what's the biggest inspiration for you to have this mindset of helping people and being creative?
Well, you have two options. You either work or you're creative and you do your own projects. So I'm rather creative, and I'm creating my own project. But it goes also like with experience, you know, like people are often surprised, like my colleagues, they're like 15 years younger, some of them like 12 or something. So, you know, like it's important for them to know that, you know, like the things are not as difficult as they think, or, you know, like bad things are not really as bad thing as they think, you know. So it's good that they know, you know, that there are different options.
Sometimes you need to re-educate your mindset. Sometimes you need to understand that everything's possible.
Exactly. Just look on the things from the other angle, just sleep on it, and a solution will come. But I do understand that sometimes the mind cannot stop thinking, and you're like, yeah, you know, like how it is.
No, I agree with you. I think the human beings, including ourselves, we tend sometimes to see things in a difficult way, you know what I mean? But when you start to see the other side, the other possibilities, and you start to work on it, at one point it becomes naturally. You start seeing straight away the other side, or the positive side of the situation.
Definitely, and you need to get rid of what-if scenarios.
Yes.
Those what-if scenarios are killing the stuff, and like, if there's something going on, just ask the person, like, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, there's no point to think, like, what would happen? You know, I don't have lots of expectations from people, to be honest, so I'm quite happy.
Next one, Tom, let's do it. But before the next question, as you're saying how much you appreciate and enjoyed work on the ship, can you share like a situation, a unforgettable situation that happened to you, that you go like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I had experience in my life, because I'm gonna take that forever?
Yeah. Okay, so when I was on the ship, there were certain things that I really loved that I could see over there. Like we were we were cruising Norway, and it just and Reykjavik, and we were in Iceland. It was so beautiful, the nature, the trees, and you know, like in Slovakia we have mountains, but here I had the mountains on the sea, and sometimes we could see northern lights, Aurora Borealis, and that was really beautiful to see, like a green sky and stuff. And then when I was cruising in South America, I was on Falkland Islands, and over there I saw like maybe 300 penguins, and they were getting ready to fly, to swim to Brazil. I was really far away, but they were like ready, and you know, just to go there. There were lots of reindeers, like swimming with fish in New Caledonia. You know, there's a lot of beautiful stuff that you can see all around the world, and you know, you should be grateful for that. When it comes also like to architecture, you know, like to go to those places like Taj Mahal, or, you know, like there's always something nice in the world and something different. that people can really appreciate, or just to go for something like it's Oktoberfest, like that's my favorite festival. So
And can you share like a challenge that you experienced during your time on the cruise ship? Did you have any challenge type?
The challenge I think would be like to get, like when I joined the ship, that was the challenge, like we were in very good team, like 37 people, and there were only two of us, like new hires. It was a brand new ship. It was a nice, beautiful, shiny ship just going out, to sea. It was the second largest ship in the world. And when I joined the ship, it was just being built. So when you are in the ship, everything was covered with paper. Like you don't know where you are, like for me, it took half an hour just to find the cabin where I am and half an hour to get out of the cabin. And, I feel like we were docking for 1 month. Every night we went to the pub, we had a party. Like there was 1,700 crew, and we knew each other, like a lot of people, we knew each other. And then from there we started cruising, and it was like, working every single night, being there every single day. But like that's something you get used to. But like from this beautiful like a party life to going to those responsibilities. But as people working on the ship, you sleep on your lunch break.
Yeah,
on the party night. So it was really nice. I don't regret it.
I remember when I was working the ship, they were saying, really work hard, but you play hard as well. You party hard as well, because you can balance both.
Of course, and like those parties and like, like those parties with passengers on open deck or crew parties. There was really so much stuff done, and you did wake up in the morning. You can go to the buffet and have like beautiful breakfast, white hot parties, and there was really so much to do all the time.
Absolutely, I agree.
You don't need to work hard, people. If you go to cruise line, it's always about working hard. Unless you work for gift shop or art gallery or casino. Casino has to work hard as well, but.
Describe yourself in one positive word and one negative word only.
In one positive word. I think I'm a very caring person. I'm very caring, and in the negative words, it's hard to say just one word, It's more like sometimes I don't watch what I say. Like sometimes, what I say, sometimes horrible stuff and I don't really mean it. I don't know how you say it in one word, but like, for example, to my mom, sometimes I'm talking to my mom and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry what I said, like, oh. on that thing, I definitely need to work, because my mom left today from the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, we were in the bus and there was like wind in the bus, and she stood up and she closed the window, and the guy just opened the window, and like for 1 hour she's like, oh, it's so windy in here, it's so windy in here. I was like, you stop it. They're like, it's windy for everyone. Like, put like some scarf on or something, and then like I had to apologize.
Oh, and do you have siblings as well?
I have siblings. Yeah, I have plenty of siblings.
And then you say about your mom, do you consider your mom to be the closest person in your family to you?
Yeah, I would say that, because my mom and dad, they were here, and my aunt and my uncle. Mm-hmm. So I had like 4 adults here for like 5 nights, and it was quite challenging. I went to office to have some rest, but we went to London, and we went to Seven Sisters as well. So we really had a great time. But I would say, yeah, mom is the closest person in the world.
Oh, sweet. And you are the only person who lives abroad from your family?
Not really. I have my brother living in Prague in Czech Republic. Then the other, it's like half siblings, they're a bit younger. My sister is on Cyprus for the summer school stay or whatever it is. So she's in Cyprus. My other brother is starting university in Maastricht in Holland in September. Oh, wow. And the smallest one there in the school, they are small. They're like 10 and 12. So with those ones, wow. Yeah. But I do have cousins in the USA, in Leeds. Like I have like some family abroad.
You're very adventurous family. It's cool to see, you know, like
I,
brothers and sisters.
I guess so, you know, what can I say? Like, you know, like we have opportunities, just go for it. You know, like,
Very good. Ready for another one?
alrighty.
Let's do it. Next question. Okay, Tom from Slovakia. Next question is, what do you think are the best traits for a person to have?
It would be definitely kindness. You mean like occupation or like personal traits?
Personal traits.
That would be definitely kindness. That's something that is a little bit rare, you know, sometimes, even in Brighton.
I see.
It's hard to explain, but you know, like if you see that intentions of the person are genuine and that, you know, like that friendship is really kind, that's something that keeps people going.
In your opinion, Tom, since you've been living in the UK for a few years, what's the biggest difference between Slovakian and the British people, if there is any, in your opinion? What's the biggest difference, cultural or people?
We don't say please and thank you.
It's more straightforward.
But we mean it.
So it's not very common to say thank you and
no, not very common. You know, it's like it's a different culture, but you know, like I left Slovakia 20 years ago, so I cannot say that, you know, it's not like that anymore. When I was growing up, it wasn't really very common to us, but we kind of respected older people, or we respected our teachers or whoever is older than us, you know. Mm-hmm. There was no like talking back and stuff. So,
and when you think about, as you've been 20 years away from your country, when you think about your country, what's the best memory that comes to your mind?
It would be like childhood at the grandma's house. We had like a meadows and fields. So behind, she's got like a massive house. So we were allowed to do whatever we liked. We took like a little backpack and we went to the forest for the hike. We were fighting all day long. We were playing cards, and yeah, I think that would be the best memories. The way we were growing up over there.
You say that you've been away 20 years from Slovakia. I've been 20 years from Brazil as well, away from Brazil. This year, in March, turned 20 years since I left Brazil.
Yeah, but luckily you have the same weather like in Brazil in here.
Different.
Like, you know, I miss cold winters. I don't miss summers. Like we have warm summers as well. We're talking about like 35 degrees, but I miss cold winters. That's something I really miss.
And how far your town is from Bratislava, the capital?
We're on the other end, as far as we can go.
I see. Okay. I have 3 questions left for you. Let's do it. What is one movie you could watch over and over again?
Bridget Jones.
Why?
I don't know. I just love it. I just love how nice she is. You know, like because she's real human. You know, like she's making mistakes, and you know, it's fun. I've seen it maybe like 50 times. You know, every time I feel down, I just watch Bridget Jones.
I like the very first one. For me, my favorite, the very first one. My favorite one.
But to be honest, when I saw the last one, it was good. Like it was really good. I was surprised. It was much better as I thought it would be. So, well done.
Yeah, and I remember when she did the last one, she signed she does agree to do the last one if she didn't need to put some more weight. She said, okay, I can do it, but I'm not going to put some weight. And it worked well, actually, didn't it? It worked well. Yeah. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. Before the next question, when I was checking your profile and I could see those lovely, beautiful dishes on your Instagram account, but there was a phrase there saying plant-based, simple ideas. What do you mean by that?
When I'm baking, I'm using only plant-based products.
Mhm.
So it's like there are lots of people in Brighton. They're like vegans and vegetarians. Usually I eat plant-based stuff, not all the time, but I'm trying to find recipes where I can replace the milk with water. Usually it's a basic substitute that you can do anyways. Then I'm trying eggs a little bit harder, but I'm very often taking also recipes from the USA. So I need to go to this supermarket and to find what products would work. It's sometimes it's quite challenging, and sometimes they end up in the bins.
Are you vegan or vegetarian, Tom?
Um, when I'm fasting for Easter, I eat only plant-based stuff. Sometimes I do have some cheese or something because it's really hard. For example, at my job, there are not many options to have, So sometimes, but yeah, if I cook myself, it's very often vegan food. But sometimes I eat meat as well. It's just like I don't eat vegan meat. That's something that I'm trying to avoid, or vegan cheese. I rather reduce amount of cheese that I eat. I'll like have those like artificial. They taste like rubber. I don't know what it is.
But
Sorry.
your but your when you do your dishes, it's just for pleasure, or is your business? You have like a place where you sell them, or you baked for other companies?
No, it's just a pleasure. I might start baking one day if I find a product. I'm not sure if you've seen my last cake. That was beautiful.
Oh, from the Jubilee, the Platinum Jubilee.
Exactly. So
I
that was
saw it.
just outstanding. Like I love that cake, and it was quite simple because I found this idea that I found like those pictures of the Queen and the corgis and Buckingham Palace, and I put it together. And when my family came, they came on Wednesday evening. I was like, guys, welcome to the Jubilee trip. And they really enjoyed the trip, and they also love the cake because in Slovakia, when we have a cake, it's too much creamy, and there is too much like there's a jam, there is chocolate, like there's too much of everything. This is like simple but spot on.
Saying that, as I can see how much you have a passion of baking, do you see that as like a therapy? You kind of when you are baking, your mind just go away. Like people when they love cooking, they see like a therapy. Do you see the same way as well?
I do agree 100%. And people they say that they cannot bake. It's not difficult basically. If you can read, you can bake. But at the same time, like you cannot just put things in the oven and wait for the oven to finish. Like meanwhile, you start making the sauces, or you start cleaning the dishes, or at the same time, I can clean entire flat. When I'm baking. So I think it's just all about timing and about the vision. Like for example, I was very happy with the pretzels that I made. Like those pretzels were beautiful, but they, while the dough was proving, I was doing different stuff. It's time management. I do understand that some people they don't have so much time, but I even have like some friends, girls, and they say like for my kid I rather buy something for like £1 in the shop, like to bake something. But I think at the least you need to have one recipe that they can remember for.
I see. All right. Next question is, what was the last thing that made you smile?
That made me smile. It was this commercial with Paddington and the Queen when she was moving like a sandwich in her bag. I was like, that was so cute. That was so adorable. Like it was really beautiful. Well done.
I saw as well. Say again?
Well done and thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I saw as well. When I saw for the first time, I was like, oh my God, is this real or not? And I could see that's real. She was literally playing with him, and it was amazing, the connection, the way they were talking. She had the tools in her handbag. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, that was great. And I saw before those memes, and like it's a very weird thing, but like during pandemics, like everyone tried to be happy and the funnest person in the world, but like I think it was just covering something. Instead I started running, I started baking, and you just need to keep yourself busy, and then the life is a little bit better.
Absolutely. 2 questions left for you, Tom. Let's do it.
Oh, you said that 7 questions ago.
Did I say 2 questions ago? Really?
No, that's fine. Let's go for the next one. That's fine.
I got distracted. It's okay. Let's do another one. I want to get another one. You got me distracted. Let's do it. Oh my God, it's funny saying that. Sometimes sometimes when I get distracted with the conversation, I forget that. It happened to me before. It's a positive point. It means sorry?
I'm working with numbers, so I count.
Next question for you is, tough question. How do you think you'll die, or how would you like to die if you could choose?
When I sleep, old, very old. I think that's it, like nothing else. I don't want any different option. I got hit by the car when I was a child, so I almost died.
Oh,
I already
really?
went through that, so now I want something very peaceful.
I see. And are you afraid of dying? Is something that bothers you or not?
I feel like the older you get, like the more you start thinking, and it's not me. I still have one grandma, but it's more like worried about your parents. Like before, I wouldn't have problem to go to the USA or to go somewhere else, but now I like to stay in the UK. That I have like 2 hours to fly home and to see my parents more often, because it will come one day, and like I want to make the most of the time here. Myself, I think if it has to happen, it has to happen, but I don't want to know about it.
See. Yeah, I think all of us, as you said, I totally agree. The older you get, you start wondering about things in a different way. Our parents are getting older, and I have one grandmother as well. And I was talking to her this year for her 79th birthday. And, she was so lovely. And I was talking to her and see how much she appreciates life. And I asked her a question. I said, "My God, so you are 79 now. What do you miss the most? You're talking about work." She was like, she was a nurse for her life. And she was like, "Oh my God, I wish I could go back to work." It broke my heart somehow because,
Oh my God. Well, my grandma is 79 in September, and she was nurse all her life as well.
Oh my
She
God.
used to work with kids, so like she knew entire village, all the kids, everyone, And when I was the first like grandchild, so she sometimes took me to the work. So I remember being there, and it was nice. It's really nice memories.
My grandmother, she was a midwife as well, and a lot of children from my hometown, they were born with her. A lot, like a lot. Some of my cousins as well, and she was a midwife. And I remember in her house, she had like a room for that, like a room when she was, so yes, I remember seeing my grandmother working all the time, like all the time. The hospitals, night shifts, in some local, like a local, like an HS, the small, you know what I mean, health places, but she was working mainly hospitals as well. And I remember seeing her all the time working.
But it has been like nurses, it has been always hard job,
Yeah.
It's not just these days, but it was always, they had to work weekends, they have to cover shifts in hospital, and they had their daytime job as well. So,
Yeah.
Well done,
No, but
grandmas.
Yeah,
that used to be nurse.
What's the name of your grandmother?
Maria.
Mine is Benedita. It's a very Brazilian.
It's not the same person. No, we don't.
Yeah, when she said to me, "Oh, I just miss so hard work. I wish I could go back to work." It just made me like, "Oh my goodness, I wish I could somehow give her this pleasure of doing something again." But anyway, ready for the last one now?
I'm ready for the last one.
Let's do it. Let's press it. But before the last one, through those 2 years that the world went upside down regarding the COVID crisis, personally for you, what's the biggest positive impact that brought to your personal life, and also the most negative one, if you can share?
The most positive one was like you can evaluate your values, and you can see what is really important in your life. Like I don't go to shops anymore. Like before it was like, oh, I'm bored, I'm going shopping. But that time, we started exploring parks, we started running, we started like swimming in the sea, and that was really amazing. And I don't, like it wasn't hard for me. I could not like, I followed the restrictions. So if they say you have to stay inside, I did stay inside. But I went for like a little cheeky run in the morning, and then I came back. Just just to keep sane, and I was baking and other things, so that was really good. And when it comes to negative side, I think that lots of people, they were like a fair weather friends. They just stopped seeing you, and they always found some excuse. And I know that few people, they had like weddings and those things that they happened during this time, and they could really see that lots of people did not really bother to come, or like it was a nice filter for friends, and family members sometimes as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it brought, as you said, brought both sides, the positive and the negative as well, as you could see, and it was a bit hard to see that.
It is, but I must say it's a little bit like communism, because people didn't trust each other, and this brought exactly back those memories. Like neighbor was telling a neighbor, and people were calling police that somebody doesn't stay in quarantine and everything. And I was quite lucky that I was here by myself, so I didn't have to worry about my parents or my grandma. So I could do pretty much what I wanted. But I do understand that my friends in Slovakia, when they, for example, seeing their grandparents quite often, and when they sometimes even live with their parents, they were more cautious, and they were more protective. They tried to keep it only in the small circle. And I love that I didn't have to go to office. Oh, that was blessing. At the end I said I'm going to the office only over my dead body, and now I'm there every day. I like it. So
I think it's nice to see the world coming back to normal again, I think.
definitely, yeah.
For sure. Last question for you is, what is something you wish you could do every single day?
I wish I could dance polka every single day.
But you can dance sometimes.
Yeah, I did ballroom dancing before. Then polka, it's typical Czech and Slovak dance.
Oh wow.
So I love ballroom season. Like when there is a ballroom season, like you can see it in Vienna, the Opern Ball or something. Like January, February, bit of March, there are the times when you dress up, you go and dance.
Wow.
When I hear like dry January, like my heart wanna cry, and it will break me apart. I like those things, And it's a very good thing to dance polka, but I like dancing polka.
Do you the Slovakian community in Brighton? There is any or not?
Not really. I have friends. At the work, I have few friends from Slovakia, but we don't really meet up. I have one friend that I see quite often, but otherwise, no, that's fun.
I see. Okay, Tom, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Yeah.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Family.
Matters.
Money.
Yes.
One word for love.
Eternal.
Life.
Well lived.
Sex.
I wish.
Politics.
Useless.
Religion.
It has some place.
Fear.
Overcome.
Friendship.
Forever.
Desire.
Never ending.
Ooh. Regrets.
Better toward.
Success.
I hope it will happen one day.
It's happening already. Wish.
Thoughtful wish.
Happiness.
For everyone.
Oh, one word for Brighton.
Cool.
If you could, say again.
Brighton is a really cool place.
It is. If you could define in one word all your experience you had through your career in a cruise ship, what that would be? One word.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Sorry, that's 3 words. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Sorry for repeating myself.
It's very naughty. For you to repeat 3 times because it was very naughty. One word for Slovakia.
Traditional.
See. And the last one now, baking.
Creative.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friend, tell me the most beautiful thing about Tom, and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What your best friend would say?
It's a really hard question because like they would be like the most beautiful thing is if I'm quiet for 5 minutes. That's something they would definitely appreciate. But I like, I like filming like little videos. And I always created like a little scenario. You take the camera, you take like, I buy all the ingredients, buy all the forms and everything, And we did it like a few times, and then I invited more friends. They came over, and we had beautiful cakes, and I was sharing it with everyone. And they were like, oh, we're doing it. They enjoyed it. It was really fun, but they thought like, like it's just the cakes. But once they were filming something else with no scenario, nothing prepared. The person came and stood over there. And they were like, oh my God, you are so good. Like you have everything prepared in advance. I was like, yeah, because I know how it is. I have something in my mind and, you buy some flour and sugar and put it together. So they like this kind of creativity. Like when I come to Slovakia, it's like there's like things are happening, like let's go skiing, let's go dancing. I go in for dancing classes, let's go swimming, let's go to sauna, so that's happening all the time.
I see.
And the bad thing would be like they don't see me enough.
You are too busy.
I'm too busy. I'm not there very often.
If I would ask the same question to your lovely mom, what would be the answer?
Oh my God, she just left. She just left today. Well, her thing would be like, she wishes I was more often at home, and she wishes to have a grandchildren. And what is a good thing she would say? It's maybe that I'm caring. I'm really caring, like if she needs something, I take care. And she had birthday, like her 60th birthday. Sorry, mom, this year. And it was quite expensive and everything. I was like, mom, let's bake together. So we like created like few recipes, and we made a few cakes together the day before, and so like it was the best day in her life because we were working together, and it was good. It was nice.
Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, I'm sure it'll be a memorable time for her. She always remember that for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's play now, Tom, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But you can ask me a question now, Tom.
How did you celebrate Platinum Jubilee?
Ooh, I'm joking.
Ooh, naughty, naughty, naughty.
No, I'm joking.
Don't use my answers.
No, I'm going to be very honest to you. Actually, it was a very quiet one. I was doing a few interviews through the weekends. Mostly, I do interviews during the weekends, and so I booked myself a few interviews through these past days. But I found a time to stay with a friend of mine. We went for brunch twice, actually. A different day. We went on Friday and also on Sunday yesterday. So we went twice. Went to Brazilian place where we had some Brazilian traditional pastries, and the other day we went for a traditional full English breakfast just to celebrate our our company. We don't see each other very often, so yes. And I went to the cinema as well. I went to see Top Gun. I quite like it. I quite like to see. I love cinemas. but it was very quiet actually. And where I live here, I live close to Brockwell Park, and there was a festival happening. They do every year a very big festival, Brockwell Park. I forgot the name now, but so I could hear the music, and I was editing videos of the interview, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I was there now. But no, so when you hear the music, you go like, oh my God, I wish I was there dancing, drink with friends. Yeah, but no, I spent I meant to go, and also watching, of course, the ceremony. The queen, the you know what I mean, the how they call the colors, the tropical colors.
Yeah, tropic of colors.
Tropic of colors. So yes, I was watching on TV, and I was just fascinated. And I was calling my mom. I was spacing time her.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Every time. Do you enjoy your life in London then?
Say again?
Do you enjoy your life in London?
I love London. I think London is I love Brighton as well. I've been so many times in Brighton. It's nice sometimes to go and have a good weekend in Brighton. But yeah, London for me is home now. I've been living here for the last 17 years, and it's just I found my place here. It's just lovely. It can be too fast sometimes. It can be very busy, but for me, as you're saying, you're very busy. I'm a very busy person as well, and for me, it suits very well. I always love being doing something. I love being busy, and I love going to bed feeling very tired. So for me, London, it fits me well. So yeah, it's a good place to be, and I'm so grateful that I'm living in a place where I fit myself, where I can find joy in life. And yeah, so yeah, that's my answer to you. I've been busy doing this Platinum Jubilee celebration, and I found some time to watch some of the celebration as well. I almost went there to see a little bit of the concert, but it was too many people, and I said no, it's better to watch from home. So yeah, that was my longest 4 days Platinum celebration.
Well done, you.
I wish I had my mom here on the side like you did as well, to be celebrating together with me. Not this time.
Yeah, it was good, but 4 adults on a visit. It was, and I had to work at the same time on Thursday and Friday. It was a little bit challenging, and I was so sorry because my body couldn't take it anymore. I started sneezing, and I feel like having fever, and it's I cooked and everything, but I thought that I would like to do more. But next time I have to make sure that I have a holiday at the same time, because this was too challenging.
Ton, thank you so much for taking the time for the interview. We've been trying to do the interview for a while, and I'm glad we did today. I think it meant to be today. And thank you so much for being nice and sweet, and also for sharing your experiences in life and to share your point of view as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you, William.
But before we go, if you can share a positive message or a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
I think what's important in life, just be truthful to yourself and just be kind, and do only kind things to other people, because it will come back to you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's so simple and so nice, being kind. In the end of the day, it comes back to you in a bigger proportion.
It is, and people. It's my father, he's always telling me, don't be judgmental, and he's right. We don't understand what happened to the other person, and the older we get, the less surprised we get. There are very few things that can surprise me, really. I've seen it all, and then when you think maybe there is always the other side of the thing.
Absolutely. And sometimes you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. Sometimes, you literally don't know. Sometimes you see a big smile, but you don't know what's going on behind that big smile sometimes. So sometimes you just need to be more kind and more understanding and approachable.
And then you can be also kind of encouraging, tell people, if you need something, I'm here for you. And they will say no, but maybe a few weeks later, they will just reach out. Don't be pushy, you have to tell me all the stuff. Just let people decide what they want to share, and, what information they will share with you.
Absolutely. Totally agree as well. Ton, I could be another hour talking to you. Thanks so much for the interview, okay? And I see you in Brighton one day.
Yeah, come over. You're more than welcome.
Absolutely. And when you come to London as well, let me know. We can go for a walk or for a coffee, something, for a glass of
I
wine.
would love to know what to do in London, you know.
Okay. Let me know next time when you come. I can tell you. I can show you a lot of places that you can do in London for sure.
Okay, naughty. Thank you, William.
Take care. Have a good night. Okay, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.